Okay, so one of the transactions I use the most is MD04. So I was just going to do a general overview of this transaction. Say you're helping out production and you're trying to find a part. Okay, so the first thing to do is to check if the part is in stock. So we'll just look up a random part number. We'll say this one, okay? And then we'll put in 6112. Okay, so this screen, this top line is the current stock that we have available. And so it says right now that we have 152. And then all of these lines underneath it are going to be either PO items. So if it's a bought part, it'll have a PO item. If it's a part that we make in-house, then it would be a planned order or production order. And then this order reserve, or sometimes on other things, it'll also say customer order. Those are the ones, what the demand that's driving all of the production orders and the POs and whatnot. So you can do that. And then for the stock, if you want to see, oh, well, where are these 152? You can double click on that and go down to stock overview. And it'll tell you, okay, we have, now be careful with this number. 950 are on order. So it says, you may think they're in receiving, but they're on order. They're not here yet. This column right here will tell you how many that we have in which areas. So 0088, that's the warehouse. That means that there's 32 in the warehouse. Here it shows where they are needed. So here it shows that we need 12 in control mech and 12 in Rupter. Now say okay, there are 32 in the warehouse. Where are those 32? Well, we can open up a new tab and go to LS24, display quants for material. It already has that part number, it has the plant, and then our warehouse number is 612. Go ahead, click enter. And there you go. It says in the cage there's 4, and then in C13D there are 28. So that's just something I want to show. The other thing with MD04 that you can look up, if we go back here, is a lot of times you'll have to look up a drawing. So if you look up the drawing, you can click this little tree looking icon right there. And then if it has multiple drawings, so you can see if it says QI, that's going to be a quality inspection form. So that's not the drawing you want. Most of the times you're going to want the most up-to-date drawing. So G is after E. We'll want to open that. You can double click on that. And here's the drawing of that part. So that's how you look up a drawing. And then say you want to figure out what, okay, so it has this order right here. What do we need it for? You can click the little up arrow and it has the MRP element data. That's what you want right there. So it's the line item 40 on this sales order right here, the 114 number. Just a little tool. If you have a part number that is an assembly, so say we look at a motor operator, for example, I think. Here's a motor operator. If you want to look at, and these are the planned orders and everything, if you want to look at everything that it needs, you can press this down arrow. So it says, okay, to make this SF300 motor operator, these are all of the parts that you're going to need. This is really helpful if you're ever having to try to kit parts for assemblies and helping out production and whatnot. All of the bullets, whenever it indents, that means it's going to be a subassembly. So, for example, this is a rod, but you need this part. So if you're trying to track down parts, you need to make sure, and you're missing this part, you want to check and make sure they have the material before you go and push Trevor or Kevin or whoever to get a production order made for that. And you can also, if you know what's in it, so micro switch assembly, if you're looking for a specific part, you can collapse it and whatnot. And so that is how you navigate MD04.